everybody? My name is Seven Wilson, and I built and fully automated a seven-figure Airbnb business in 12 months. I'm currently going on being in business a little bit over a year. The business is still going good, and we're working on just scaling and trying to hit some different regions. But that's not why I'm here today. I'm here to actually talk to you guys about some mistakes that I made along my journey. And I just want to share some wisdom from my other Airbnb hosts and actually other people that are interested in getting into Airbnb. You guys can also follow me on Instagram at 7_Wilson. That's SEVEN_WILSON. So the main purpose of this video today is I want to talk to you guys about 4 mistakes that I made when starting up my Airbnb business. The first one I want to talk to you guys about is white sheets. So using white sheets from the start, they may look nice and crisp, they may look really good in the pictures, but over time they get really dingy. They get stained. You can wash them, you may double wash them, the stains don't come out, and they don't last. You're gonna find yourself having to replace them way too many times, and your business is gonna just bleed cash from replacing sheets and linens. So that's why I recommend to use brown, blue, gray, any neutral color. Maybe not brown, I don't know why I said brown, but just any neutral color that the stains won't show up on that well, and you'll save a lot of money in the long run, and you'll save a lot of time, and you'll save a lot of headaches. The second mistake that I want to talk to you guys about is buying cheap furniture. When I first started, I bought furniture from IKEA. I bought it from IKEA because it was really cheap, convenient. They had things in stock that I needed. And it was just very simple to go get and get into my properties. But over time, when you have cheap furniture, it breaks down really fast. Because when you run an Airbnb out of a property, you have a lot of different people coming in, and it's going to be a lot of wear and tear on the furniture that you have in there. So when you use cheap furniture, that stuff breaks down constantly. It's like I constantly find myself having to replace a couch or a bed because it broke. So that's why I made the change to start using higher quality furniture from like Nebraska Furniture Mart. And a perk from getting your furniture from Nebraska Furniture Mart is that they actually will deliver and set up the furniture. So instead of you having to go set up your Airbnb, all you have to do is pay them $120 and they will set the property up for you. So that is a cheat right there. If you want to learn more about like things like that, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. I'm always dropping hints and dimes on how to get ahead in this game. But other than that, that is the main reason why I do not use cheap furniture anymore, because it just, overall, it's a headache. And the third mistake that I made when starting my Airbnb business is using physical keys. So what I would do is I will put a tag on the key and label which apartment it's for, and I will place it in a lockbox located outside of the property. So I thought this was a brilliant idea. I mean, and it worked, it got me going. But then I found out that guests misplaced the keys all the time, like all the time. So that became a really big headache for me, because my whole plan in this was to automate the business, so where I don't have to physically be there doing some of these smaller tasks. So that was not gonna work for me. I found myself having to go replace the keys way too often. A guest may show up at 1 o'clock in the morning. There's no key in the lockbox because the cleaner or the previous guest did not place the key back in there. And it was a huge headache. So what we decided to do was, we use smart locks now. We actually use Lockly smart locks, and these are actually Wi-Fi operated, so I can unlock the lock from anywhere in the world as long as I have a Wi-Fi connection. And that just completely eliminated one of my biggest headaches. I think this is the biggest step in automating your Airbnb and allowing you to go spend your time elsewhere or doing other things. The fourth mistake that I made when starting up my Airbnb business was not having soundware in my properties. So soundware, it allows you to know like if your guests are being loud, if they're throwing a party, if there's a crowd in there, the temperature and all that. I actually use a system called the Minute Sound Monitor, and this has saved me a huge headache. not as big as the key situation, but I would say this is number two, is certain properties. So I may get a guest that is throwing a bachelorette party, and they're loud past the quiet hours, which is 10 o'clock. And I may have neighbors that are not Airbnb neighbors. They're just normal long-term tenants. So they want the place to be quiet around 10 o'clock on a Monday, just like anybody else would. So I understand where they're coming from. So that really doesn't collide. So I need to know whenever my guests are being obnoxious and loud. And I can't know if I'm in another state. I just don't know. So the way to eliminate this problem is by using the minute sound monitor. This can save you a huge headache. You can set it to where it actually notifies you whenever there's a crowd, the temperature goes or drops below a certain level. So this can save you a lot of headache and help you fully automate your business. The fifth mistake that I made when starting my Airbnb business was cleaning the apartments myself. So for the first 6 months of starting my business and scaling, I cleaned all the properties myself, me and my other business partners. So this was not good because, we're guys, we're not the best cleaners. And we missed a lot of things. So we may get a bad review saying the toilet wasn't clean. That was a common thing that we forgot to clean. I don't know how, but we did. So I would say cleaning the apartment yourself. If you're not like a skilled cleaner and you're just not the best, I would just immediately outsource this because it's going to be one less thing that you have to worry about, and you're going to be delegating it to someone else. Hopefully they're professional, so you won't have any problems. So that's honestly the biggest part in this, your cleaning company and who you have as that person playing that role. That's very crucial to the success of your business because no one wants to come to a dirty Airbnb that they just paid a lot of money for. So that's what I recommend. Don't clean the apartment yourself if you're not a professional. Hire someone that knows what they're doing. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the 5 mistakes that I made when starting my Airbnb business. If you guys like that, just make sure you guys subscribe to my channel because I'm just starting and I'm going to be dropping a lot more content and sharing some of the mistakes that I've made, some of the gains, some of my thoughts, some investments I may be making. And I'm just going to take you guys along my whole journey. So make sure you guys like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe to my YouTube, and make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at 7_Wilson. That's SEVEN_WILSON. Peace out.